Namaste, everyone. Welcome to the Cosmic Center of Spiritual Light. I'm Reverend Nancy, and I'll be doing the service this morning. All the other people are here joining us live. We welcome all of you coming in today on Zoom and on Facebook. So today is July 14th. And we're headed into some really wonderful, beautiful energies that are coming in. So we'll get started. Thank you for joining us. Namaste, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday Sabbath. I'm Reverend Nancy. And as you all know, there are 4 reverends that take the services. And this is my Sunday, usually the second Sunday of every month. So sometimes we switch up when somebody can't be here. But it is warm in here, isn't it, Kathy? Yeah. Make sure that all of you I turned it up. I turned it down to like 70, but make sure you got your papers in the back, especially these 2 papers to follow along with the surface, okay? Everybody got it? There's no more of these. Which ones? Okay. Can you guys share? Yeah, we can. Thank you. And I'll share. Okay. Wonderful. I'm sorry about that. I should have printed up some more. I didn't know that they got dwindled down. I thought all this was in this, but I guess not. No, it's not. Okay, today I want to speak to all of you about a well-lived life. And we all have our own criticisms in our heads, don't we, as to how we're living our lives. And we get in our heads about it, don't we? Mm-hmm. So there are some things that are helpful. This woman, she's 102 years old. She's a doctor, and I forgot to write her name down, but she wrote a book, A Well-Lived Life. And I was listening to her recently, and it inspired me so, because as we go into our journey and start to age and things start to change for us, sometimes we have, hi, Chris. Sometimes we have a battle in our heads. You know, our bodies aren't the same, our minds change, but as we're going into these new beautiful energies that are actually coming in very strong right now, but there's some opposing forces right now. We may see a lot of violence or a lot of negative things happening, but I assure you that is all being brought to the surface for a reason. So as we move along in this great awakening that we're in, we will begin to see the importance of holding ourselves in a high vibrational frequency. As we ourselves, the light workers of this earth, we have the ability to create heaven on earth or move into the new earth or whatever you want to call it. But it's very important for all of us to hold a high frequency and also to hold a frequency in a group consciousness, a community consciousness. Reverend Sharon Elizabeth is going to be having the Sophia Code meetings. And this is bringing in the Sophia energy and the codes of the divine feminine masters. Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Green Tara, the White Buffalo Woman. So if you choose, or if you feel like that's a calling for you, I highly suggest that, because we're going to do the initiations in the book. as a group, which will bring our vibration in to hold that vibration for the earth and ourselves and all others. But it also brings in the codes for our DNA, our cells, and all of our vibration. And so it's extremely important at this time that we begin to live a well-lived life and hold a different vibration for ourselves and other on this earth plane. So as we get started, I will say the prayer, and so we begin. We thank you, Father, Mother God, for this great and wonderful privilege to be here together today. We ask that the healing angels, the guides, the loved ones, the teachers, the holy ones, the masters, the gurus, the great, great ones, the holy angels, archangels, spiritual helpers, and our designated healing angels to come forth and work and speak through me, to give them inspiration, upliftment, guidance, healing, divine protection, divine blessings, divine love, and peace and harmony in their hearts. We thank you again, Father, Mother God, for this great and wonderful privilege to be here together today. So be it, so be it, so be it, and so it is. Amen. As you see on your program, the Lord's Prayer is the first of the pages. The Lord's Prayer, if any of you have heard me talk, is just not a prayer. It is an activation of energies to balance the chakra systems. So every time you say the Lord's Prayer, you're activating different energies within your chakra systems to balance those out. So if you say, Our Father, which art in heaven, that's the crown chakra. Hallowed be thy name is the Ajna chakra and the throat chakra. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done is the heart chakra. On earth as it is in heaven is, and heart chakra, the one below above it is the heart front and back chakra and the solar plexus. On earth as it is in heaven is the navel, and give us this day our daily bread is our front and back spleen chakra. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors is the Meng Meng chakra. The Meng Meng chakra is directly behind your navel. And lead us not into temptation is the back heart, the crown, the sex chakra, and the throat chakra. Thine is the kingdom, is the basic or the root chakra, and the power is the front and back spleen, and the glory is the Meng Meng, and that forever is the crown. So I studied pranic healing. So some of the names of the chakras are different. In pranic healing, we study 11 chakras, not just 7. So you'll notice the difference. I say front and back heart, Meng Meng chakra, Ajna, little different words for them, but it's all pretty much the same, just a little addition to it. So let's say the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever. Amen. The second sheet, pick one up myself. Okay, the second sheet where it says, O Cosmic Birther, that is a translation of one of the original versions of the Lord's Prayer. So let's say that together. O Cosmic Birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being. Carve out within us a space where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let us, our actions bear fruit in accordance to our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that binds us as we release others from entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which will divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment, for you are the ground and the fruitful vision and the power, the fulfillment as all is gathered and made whole again. Amen, 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 and amen. Okay. It's really warm in here. Sorry. Excuse me one moment. Can't drip on my glasses because I can't see if I do that. Okay, the next page is the I am affirmation. What we do with the I am affirmation is we connect to our higher soul. And lots of times as we go along this life, we feel a little bit disconnected, don't we? We don't feel like we're hearing enough or seeing enough or being led enough. But when you claim in the I am affirmation, it gives you power from your higher soul and it lets your higher soul direct you. So as you bring, say the I am affirmation, you're bringing the power down into the incarnated soul and you're locking that in. And you can be divinely guided throughout each and every moment of your day, even down to the apple you pick in the store. You know, you follow your natural GPS system inside yourself. We're being guided more and more connected because the veil is thinner than it's ever been in our lifetimes anyway before. So as we connect with that higher soul, as we start living our lives according to that guidance, then we gain the strength that things don't knock us off our center. So, or people or situations. And we become the observer of our lives. Being the observer of your life is like watching a play. You're sitting back, you're watching it, but you have willingness, awareness, and choice. As we have willingness and awareness and choice, we have the ability to choose to react or not to react, to get into the vibration of what's in front of us, or to stay in our divine vibration, our higher vibration, our divineness within us. And as we recognize this on this path that we're going so swiftly forward, as we recognize and hold our divinity within us, then we're holding space for new earth and for other people to rise up too. Have you ever noticed the more you got on your spiritual path, some of the people fell away? How about some of the people that you've connected with seemed like they were divinely appointed to be connected with? So there's both sides of the coin. You have to lose something in order to make room for something else. So as we start into this higher vibrational frequency, a lot of things will fall away from our life. The importance of physical things won't be so intense. The importance of certain things that we used to do will seem not too important any longer. But the one thing that is coming true, and I've seen it in my life, and I'm also watching it in other people's lives around me, is we're being divinely connected. we're finding our tribe, our community, our, vibrational match. It's happening also in love relationships. I've been watching it. It's shifting and changing, and sometimes people have to let go of the person they're attached to. But oh my goodness, the next thing that happens in their lives is really lovely because of the synchronicities that are coming, because of the vibrations that are coming. So connecting with our higher soul every day. And I always say when I get up in the morning, let me be divinely guided throughout each and every moment of this day. Now, sometimes that doesn't work because I get knocked off my center, but doesn't matter. It's just like riding a horse. Get back up on the horse again. If you fall off, you get back up again. And then don't hold yourself accountable for that mistake that is something horrible. Mistakes are learning lessons. It depends on what you do with that so-called mistake, because sometimes that mistake wasn't a mistake at all. That's it. So let's say the I am affirmation. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am not the mind. The mind is only a subtle instrument of the soul. I am the soul. I'm a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I'm one with God, and I'm one with all. And let's repeat 7 times. God's will is my will. 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 As we connect with these high frequency energies that are coming in right now, I also feel the energies of spirit, and they're coming in close. I see Archangel Michael coming in, and I also hear the angel voices singing and rejoicing that we're so willing to step forward and connect. So the joy of forgiveness. What is forgiveness about? We have 4 energy bodies. We have the mind body, the emotional body, the etheric body, and the physical. In the emotional body, things get trapped, don't they? Traumas, old wounds, all kinds of things. When we do forgiveness, there is a magical energy that happens. And we're not doing forgiveness so much for that other person, but we're releasing the trauma or the energy that's trapped in that emotional body. So forgiveness isn't for the other person. Forgiveness is for yourself. Whether the person ever forgives you or not, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. My youngest brother, who had passed away in 21, he had cut me out of his life for 7 years before he passed. So there was an emptiness there when he did pass, but thank God I can still talk to him and see him. But I had worked with forgiveness with him, and he was a very stubborn man on this earth plane, and he would not accept any kind of forgiveness work that I was doing. In fact, when I did the forgiveness work, I could feel it bouncing back. But that's okay. That's his journey. I had to do my work. So I didn't have, when he passed, I felt sad that we couldn't relate on the earth, on this plane, but now we relate in a lovely, lovely way, because as you know, when we leave this earth, we kind of see our mistakes that we made, or we can realize that we didn't quite give out the love that we intended to. And lots of times we intend to, but we get caught up in other things. So forgiveness is an extremely important thing that we can do to release ourselves. And as we go into the next world, if you've done your forgiveness, you're going to go into a higher vibration because you are becoming that higher vibration on your journey through this planet. So there is the joy of forgiveness on the next page, and we'll repeat that. But I also have a forgiveness technique that's on that back table if any of you'd like to take it. It was given to me by Spirit right after I divorced my first husband because there was a lot of abuse. And so I didn't know how to forgive him or his family because they were not very nice to me and used some kind of dark magic on me. So that was real fun. Nice, fun trip, you know. But I had to do a lot of forgiving at that time, and Spirit gave me this forgiveness technique. So it's on the back table. It's a different, I call it my Harry Potter one, because it does change things. I did a forgiveness with a person that I used to be partners with, and she, within 5 minutes after doing the forgiveness technique 7 times, she called me and asked for my forgiveness. So it does work because it clears energies, it clears karmic ties, and it also cuts the bond between when souls get chained together when they have issues like that. So it will break that karmic bond and those patterns that you've created with that person. Because if you don't do your forgiveness with that person, the pattern will come back. It might not be with the same person, but it keeps coming back and showing its face until you do something about it. So that's our inner work that we need to do through forgiveness. So let's repeat the joy of forgiveness. I am flooding my being in every etheric record since the beginning of time with the joyful experience of divine forgiveness. In forgiving, I let go of all the effects of misused energy impinging on my life and the lives of all humanity. I let go of the ignorance, confusion, and pain of this world. I now know I have come to love life free, and so I shall. This is the heart center of my existence, the joy of forgiving life as it enters my awareness. From this moment forward, I am setting all life free into a higher vibration with the gift of forgiveness that my Father, Mother, God have given so freely into my keeping. I am a source of the violet flame of forgiveness, flooding this sweet earth. I am the joy of forgiveness. I am the joy of forgiveness. I am the joy of forgiveness. And the next page, we're going to invoke that violet flame. So we'll repeat this 3 times. Transmute, transmute by the violet fire, all causes and cores not of God's desire. I am a being of cause alone. That cause is love, the sacred tone. Transmute, transmute by violet fire, all causes and cores are not of God's desire. I am a being of cause alone. That cause is love, the sacred tone. Transmute, transmute by violet fire, all causes and cores not of God's desire. I am a being of cause alone. That cause is love, the sacred tone. Through my teachings and through me working with people, the 3 most important things is empowerment. So we just did the I am affirmation. Empowerment is empowering yourself to your divinity, to who you really are, and giving yourself permission to become that observer of life, and giving yourself the ability to have that free will and choice to do so and not be governed by other people or situations. That's empowerment. And to rise up also in your vibration. Then the next thing we do is forgiveness, which we just did. And after that, we remember to be grateful. Gratitude is an important part of our journey here. You know people, and I have known people myself, who have constantly complained about every situation, every person, everything. And what do you want to do when they get on the phone? I want to hang up. Lots of times I put the phone on mute and I go off and do the dishes and they're and when they come back, when they stop talking, I'll come back to them, because I don't want to hear that. In my line of work, I have to hear it though. So when I do spiritual counseling, I have to get them out of that negative space into a positive state, allowing themselves to be empowered, doing their forgiveness so they can release those chains, and then gratitude. Gratitude is an extremely important thing for us to remember, because without gratitude, we're not going to receive as much as we need to receive. Because if you live in gratitude, you're a magnet to receive. So we have to have gratitude in order to balance the scale of giving and receiving. We're all light workers here and online. And we do a lot of giving, don't we? But do we balance it out with receiving? And lots of times we don't. And then we feel a little empty or drained at times, and we have to recoup from that. I do like psychic fairs, and I do a lot of people. I'll see sometimes 30 people in 2 days or even more. And that's a lot of energy, but I don't use my energy. I use divine energy and I give, and then I make room for receiving. And it does come back to you tenfold. But we have to remember to make room in our hearts to receive. We're wonderful givers and magnificent souls. We need not to forget how wonderful we are and how we've touched other people's lives through our grace and our giving and our love. And that is part of a life well lived. But you have to have a balance. You have to have a balance of giving and receiving. If this is your receiving hand and this is your giving hand, it comes in and goes out, right? Well, what happens if you close this hand? You got nothing to give. And as light workers here on this earth, especially at this most important time, and it's such a precious time to be here on, to be the divine ones that have been chosen and allowed to come to earth. There are other souls that wanted to come onto earth, but we're the chosen ones. Don't forget to look at yourself as a chosen one. How important your energy is at this particular moment to hold the vibration for yourself and others, to be a part of this great awakening. It's a blessing. You are a blessing. And if you don't remember that, call me up. I'll tell you so. Okay? But remember, and you have to tell yourself sometimes, I'm a blessing to the world. If you want abundance, I get paid for being me. Those things will bring out of that beautiful vortex that you have already created into this dimension. We're multidimensional beings. And it's being shown more and more and more to me and to many others that we have the ability to pull from any dimension of ourselves that we want into this dimension. So what do you want? We have to know what we want too. We need to get a little specific because we have to tell spirit or our higher soul or whatever, universe, whatever you want to call it. We have to tell them what we want because we have choice. Okay? What is it that you want to manifest on this earth? Because we are great creators and we can manifest. And as these energies are coming in, we have the ability to manifest that thought. And that's fun. That's really fun. I was talking last Sunday about how I'd like to get one of those inversion tables or whatever they're called, where you hang upside down with your feet, from your feet, because it helps stretch my back and stuff out. And we were talking about it. I thought, I need to get one. But it's not in the budget right now. Okay? So I was talking to a friend of mine who called because I also do hair. I was talking to her that called and she wanted an appointment for hair. And we were talking about something that was bothering her and that she was talking to me about. And I said, you know, I have this hip problem and my back is a little, you know, but I'm healing it. And she says, you need one of those aversion tables. And I said, well, I need to get one, but it's not in the budget. She says, I have one, and my boyfriend will bring it over to your house. You can borrow it. Okay? We're manifesting that thought. So don't forget to be grateful for that. So I want you all to close your eyes, and I'm going to talk a little meditation here on gratitude to our Father, Mother, God. Beloved Father, Mother, God, from your glorious heart I came into being, and into my loving heart one day, into your loving heart one day, when my service here on earth is through, I shall return. I thank you for the privilege of having life and of having a physical embodiment during this sacred time when the permanent golden age of spiritual freedom is being established on earth. I thank you for the gift of transmutation through the power of the violet transmuting flame. The amazing gift through which all that is not of the light that I, myself, and others have created consciously or unconsciously shall be purified and returned to light. I thank you for sustaining through the legions of the Ascension flame the open door through which this sweet, sweet earth and all life evolving upon her shall return home. To this end, I now, individually and collectively, as a surrogate on behalf of all humanity, offer my energies and my individual life stream as a holy grail through which the light of creation will flow and fulfill the immaculate conception of the divine plan on this blessed planet. Assist me, beloved Mother, Father, God, to harmonize my outer self, my physical, my etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. Through the grace of the transfiguring divine love invested in me, with the power to magnetize and radiate the presence of divinity with every word, thought, action, and feeling I express from this moment forward. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And so it is, my beloved, I am. So gratitude and being in the vibration of gratitude is part of our manifesting. So if you keep a gratitude journal, you can manifest with it. I'm so grateful for that I have a new car. You don't have it in your driveway yet, but you've created it. I'm so grateful that I have new friends, that I found my spiritual community. Whatever it is that you really want to bring forward, be in gratitude before you ever get it, and it's already done. Okay? So today we're going to talk about the 5 L's of a well-lived life. The first L is love. Love is the teacher and the essence of healing. Love is the divine creator. When you create with love, you're creating something of a higher vibration. When we truly understand, which we do not on this earth plane, including myself, understand the whole power of love, because love creates universe. So when we truly get to a higher vibration where we are living in love consistently, we will be affecting way more in our lives and on the earth plane than we can imagine. So love is our teacher on how to create and how to be the divine being that we are. We are the kingdom within us. We're the holy kingdom. And it is said that we have the keys to the kingdom, don't we? That's unlocking our inner truth, our inner love, our inner faith. So we have empowerment through love, through divine intelligence, and divine will. Divine will is God's will. Divine intelligence is opening up to the vibration of intelligence, like people like Tesla and all of these other beings here on Earth. They didn't tap into a linear intelligence, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. They tapped into the all-encompassing intelligence. Even each one of our cells, our DNA, all of it has some form of intelligence. It has memory. So when we're tapping into our divine spark, we tap into the divine intelligence. And we add love to that, then we're really creating more than we ever even can conceive on a 3D planet. Okay? There's so much, we're so much more than we have even been conscious of at this particular time. But as we move through these higher vibrations and apply love to all things, that's material things along with people and situations, and love, apply love to ourselves. That's the key to all life. Loving ourselves, finding our divinity, knowing that we are a particle of God. I always say if God was the sun, we're a sun ray. So is everybody else. What vibration do you want to hold that sun ray in? That's the question, isn't it? Okay, so then we have the second L. That's life. If we don't apply love into our life, what do we get? It's the unit that we chose to come here to understand ourselves and others. Life itself is a magnificent traveling or ascending machine. And we chose this. But when we apply love to this life and use love for all things that we do, then your life becomes magical. And you see the coincidences that flow into it. And you start to create things that magnetize you to bring things into your life. And you're so guided. You're guided where to be, what to do, and how to continue on. So applying love to life is extremely important, isn't it? The next one is laughter. Now that's something that I relish, is laughter. If some of you don't know me very well, but the people that in this room that know me know I love to laugh. But laughter without love is what? Cool. You're laughing at somebody or laughing at something that's happened in front of you. It's cool, isn't it? So you see, any of these things in life can be added with love and become a connection of divinity, or you can turn it into something negative. How, when you think about laughter, I don't think about anything negative. I think about having a good time and really just getting all that energy up and out and bringing forth joy. But that's what laughter is, when you add love to it, joy and happiness. When I was in Virginia, I was studying under Reverend Ann Gaiman. She was my mentor. She just passed in February. And I was up in Lilydale, which is the spirituals camp in New York, to celebrate her life at the 1st of July. But I was studying under her to be a minister and a registered medium. And so I was asked to do the service one Sunday. So I did it on laughter, the healing effects of laughter. She had a husband that was fun, but kind of, a little bit stiff, right? So I did my service on laughter, and I had somebody introduce me in the front, and I was in the back, and I had this white Tina Turner looking wig on with big red rollers stuck in it. I had a red blouse on that came down, kind of a tunic blouse with big black buttons down the front. Lipstick I put on like this, all around my lips, big red lipstick. I had black and white red heels on, and I come running in like I was late. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry for being so late." And I ran right up to Wayne, who was my minister's husband, and he was getting a little thin on top, and I planted a kiss right on his forehead with that big red lipstick, right? And everybody was laughing their head off, but it loosened him up. And after that day, we had a better relationship. And it was through laughter and joking and happiness. So that was something special at that moment. The next one is labor. What is your labor? Is it drudgery? Or is it happiness? Are you doing what you're called to do? Are you being the divine being that you came here to be? And if you are, it's happy to do your labor, isn't it? It's happy. I don't mind one little bit traveling 3 hours away to do a psychic fair, because I know that the people's lives that I touch there are making something better for them. And it's such a joy to share, such a joy to give. And I get out of it just as much as they do, right? That's my love. I love to do my spiritual work, but I'm also a hairdresser. I started doing hair at the age of 18. Okay? And I love to cut hair and to color hair and make people feel good about how they look. So I have been doing the things I love. But we all need to search. And people say, I want to do this, but I won't make enough money at it. I didn't know how I was going to make enough money and changing my the spiritual stuff and the hairdressing stuff. I wanted to switch it up because the hairdressing stuff was feeding me financially, but the spiritual stuff was feeding my soul. And I wanted to switch it up, that I was making money with the spiritual stuff and I could put the hair stuff on the side. That was the secondary. I didn't know how that was going to happen. But I kept saying, it's going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. And then I got asked to leave my job that I had. I was working in a nursing home doing hair. And the guy wanted to replace me for his girlfriend, who was a hairdresser. So he did. And then I was like, oh, how am I going to pay the rent? You know, how's this going to happen? And I went into prayer, and Spirit came to me and said, do not worry. And they gave me the affirmation the universe provides for me every day in each and every way. And it turned out then I got onto some government assistance, and I was able to pay my rent from that. And then I got onto Social Security disability, because at that time my knee needed to be replaced and I couldn't stand behind the chair very well. And then all of a sudden I had my own little office where I did my spiritual work and meditations. And I had the ability to do hair at home. I didn't know how that was going to work out. So we need to let go and let God. You want something bad enough in your life, that's your calling, that's your desire, you better open up and trust. Because the universe will give it to you, but not with doubt. Doubt and worry is like pinching the straw when you're sipping through it. The flow stops, okay? So we don't want to do that. But you need to do the labor of love that you're meant to do. And the fifth thing is listening. If you're listening and you don't have any love or compassion for it, it's dead air, isn't it? If you're not listening to your higher soul, it's a blockage. If you're not listening to your own divinity, then there's a problem. And when we're in a physical way, if you're not listening to what people are trying to help you with because you asked for help, and you hear it and say, oh, well, you know, just stay the same, then you're hindering yourself, aren't you? But when you put love into listen, you have the ability with love for understanding and compassion. And you bear witness to yourself and others. And you become that beautiful observer as we move forward. We need to let the energy of our being move and flow, help others to help themselves. Reach out to others and shine your light onto them. And then the combination of your light and their light, and sometimes their light's very, but when you add your combination of your light and their light, you got a big bright spotlight. A big, great, shining light. When you help people in ways that you do not know is helping them, you change people's lives in a way that you have no idea. And then years later, a person will walk up to you and say, oh my goodness, you gave me encouragement and da 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 da, and it changed my life. And it's like, wow, I didn't know that happened, right? People will come up to me and say, of course, I don't remember them because I see so many people. They go, oh, Nancy, how are you? And who are you? No, but anyway, they say, you gave me a reading and this, you said this. Of course, I don't remember what I say in readings because Spirit's reading, right? Not me. I wouldn't know anything. So, and you changed my life. But I'll tell you, the secret to changing others is your own inner, loving yourself. When I was growing up, I was as tall as I am right now in 8th grade. And that caused a problem. And look how big my hands are. And my feet were size 11 in 8th grade. Do you know back then how hard it was to buy a shoe that didn't look like an old lady's shoe and size 11? We had to go order online, or not line. You had to, the catalogs you order, your mail order, and we had to go to special shops in Des Moines, Iowa, because I lived close to Des Moines, and order shoes from them sometimes. And I was so embarrassed that I had to do that. And then I couldn't find cute shoes like my friends had. I couldn't even find tennis shoes that were decent looking. And then I was bullied for being big and overweight. And when I was 40 years old, I finally figured out the program that was going through my head. And a lot of you have heard this before. The program was, you're too big and fat to be loved. And I didn't realize that. And I changed that around. And I started loving myself. And I can't tell you how many people have responded with love to me. But we have to love ourselves first. And find ourselves worthy. And know our divine power within us. Empowerment, forgiveness, and gratitude. Those are the 3 things that are going to help you along this path. So, I will now change things up a bit. We're going to do a meditation and a bit of a channeling. So I will come over here and sit. So meditation music. Let's take in 3 deep breaths. And when you take in the deep breaths, I want you to bring it from your crown, the breath in, inhale, and then go to your solar plexus, which is the seat of your emotions. And as we bring it down to the solar plexus, we want to gather up anything that's holding us back or that's keeping us from loving ourselves, because that's where it resides, in your emotions. Okay, and then when we release through the mouth. So you breathe in through the nose and then release through the mouth. So inhale through the crown, go to the solar plexus and hold, and release. Inhale through the crown, hold in the solar plexus, and release. Hold at the crown. Inhale from the crown. Hold at the solar plexus. And we are so divinely grateful to come to you like this. We see the divinity within each and every one as you come here together in this unifying light of love. As we speak about love, we speak about a vibration, an energy, a frequency that is not really understood upon this earth. And as we begin to go into these new frequencies and these new vibrations that are coming on this earth plane, the fifth dimensional frequency of love is starting to come and settle and ground upon this earth plane, especially here where there's vortexes and anchors. They anchor into the earth. That energy anchors in such a beautiful way. And we are so grateful that all of you have been drawn here at this particular time. For as we go into the 8-8 Lionsgate vibration, you will realize that as you've anchored your energy here on earth, there will be higher vibrational beings that come in to anchor more of this, building a sacred geometry vortex in this area. There are many other sacred geometry vortexes, but those are like in Sedona, California, Mount Shasta, many other sacred places. And throughout the Midwest, there's sacred places. And the higher East Coast. There are many sacred places that we are now aligning with the sacred geometry of the golden age. The earth is moving faster. The time, which there is none of, but the time that you perceive is speeding up. But we needed to speed up to collect the higher vibrational energies that are coming in. And as you devote yourself to your divinity and to your community, your spiritual community, and being activated with the codes that are coming in to your DNA, your cells, and all of your being, remember to activate your pineal gland. For your pineal gland is also a gateway, a portal into the other higher dimensions. So focusing on meditation of the pineal gland, sun gazing, and many other ways to activate your pineal gland in a higher vibration. The pineal gland is or has been calcified by different chemicals and different things that have happened here on Earth. But as we grow, that particular part of the body needs to be activated and protected with divine love at all times. So today, as we go into a small meditation, we're going to concentrate on the pineal gland. The pineal gland has what is called the blue pearl within it. And many times as you practice meditating on the pineal gland, people actually see what looks like a blue pearl in their mouth. So as we go into a meditation, remember that you are the chosen ones, that you are the divine beings that came here to hold the vibration. But you have many, many helpers of the angels, of the benevolent beings, of the aliens, and of the guides and teachers from this earth plane that chose to hold the vibration and to help you along the way. Indian guides, shamans, all kinds of beings and volunteers to help you and others on this earth to reach a higher level of vibration. So never think that your part in this ascension is not important. It is so extremely valuable. For you are doing the work of your divine self in connection with the divine source. And you're becoming the creators that you were intended to be and have always been. So with gratitude towards you and love towards you, we say we are grateful. Very grateful and internally indebted to your service. For you are part of the divine collection in this particular dimension. And you are being supported by many, many more beings, life beings, and you can even fathom. So as we go into a meditation, we congratulate you and give you strength to carry on in your service here on earth. And we say thank you, thank you. And so we're going to continue on with a healing meditation. It's one that we have given to Nancy, and she continues to use. We've been telling her that this is the one we want. As we come together, there's a golden lotus flower that forms on your crown. Above that forms a white crystalline ball of light with electric violet light around the foot. As it comes down the spiritual cord, the lotus flower opens wide and allows the electric violet light to flow out onto the brain like a beautiful waterfall, sparking the divine in each and every cell within that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within that area are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all lifetimes and dimensions and all realities. So be it. As the electric violet light now goes into the pineal gland where the blue pearl resides, igniting and expanding the blue pearl, reminding the blue pearl that it is made of divine and perfect order, and it can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within that area are completely deleted, uncreated, and destroyed through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. As the electric violet light now flows in the rest of the head, the forehead, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the sinuses, the cheeks, the mouth, the throat, the upper jaw, the lower jaw, and the chin, sparking the divine within each and every cell within that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within those areas are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. As the electric violet light now flows down into the back of the head, the back of the neck, the sides of the neck, the throat, and the thyroid, sparking the divine within each and every cell within that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within those areas are completely deleted, uncreated, and destroyed through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. As the electric violet light flows across the shoulders, pushing out any distress, any stress, any anxiety, any frustration, any fear, any anger, any pain, any sorrow, any grief, out into the ethers to be restored back as divine life force energy and brought back through the crown chakra to restore, regenerate, and so be it. As electric violet light goes down the arms, the upper arms, around the elbows, the forearms, around the wrists, into the hands, and out the fingertips, pushing out into the ethers any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed, out into the ethers to be restored back as divine life force energy and brought back through the crown chakra to restore, regenerate, and renew. So be it. As electric violet light now goes to the upper chest, the upper back, down into the heart chakra, front and back, sparking the divine within each and every cell of that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within those areas are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. As electric violet light goes down into the heart chakra, where the physical seed lies, sparking the divine within the physical seed, reminding the physical seed that it is made of divine and perfect order, and it can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within those areas are completely deleted, uncreated, and destroyed through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. As the electric violet light now goes down into the heart chakra, where your divine spark resides, igniting and expanding the divine spark, growing a bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. As it gets bigger and brighter, it fills up every cell of the body, reminding the cell that they are made of divine and perfect order. Bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. Your divine spark fills up the room. Bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. Your divine spark fills up the building. Your divine spark then gets bigger and brighter and fills up the neighborhood. Bigger and brighter, and fills up the city. Bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. Your divine spark fills up the state. Bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. Your divine spark fills up all the cities in the United States. And bigger and brighter, your divine spark fills up the United States. Bigger and brighter, your divine spark fills up all the cities in the world. And bigger and brighter, your divine spark fills up the world. As it does so, you send out from your divine spark to each and every being upon this earth's divine spark. You send out divine love, divine light, divine intelligence, and divine will. So be it. Bigger and brighter, your divine spark becomes a beacon out into the universe. And it sends out to each and every particle of the universe divine love, divine light, divine intelligence, and divine will. So be it. As electric violet light comes back down into the body, it goes into the solar plexus, front and back, sparking the divine within each and every cell within that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within that area are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. As the electric violet light now flows down into the solar plexus where the emotional seed lies, sparking the divine within the emotional seed, reminding the emotional seed that it is made of divine and perfect order, and it can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within that area are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. As the electric violet light now goes down into the navel and the magnet chakra, which is directly behind the navel, sparking the divine within each and every cell within that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within those areas are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. As electric violet light now travels to the basic or the root chakra, that's the chakra of divine abundance, divine support, and being grounded, and divine physical strength, sparking the divine within each and every cell within that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within that area are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So be it. Now, as we have aligned, balance and align the basic chakra, connected it, we grow it bigger and brighter with light, whitish red energy. We grow it bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. And as we've grown it bigger and brighter, then we seal it and stabilize it with light blue, and then crown it with gold to hold it at its divine expanded state. Now you know and feel your own divine abundance, your own physical strength of being grounded, and your own divine divinity. So be it. As the electric violet light now travels to the sex chakra, sparking the divine within each and every cell within that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within that area are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. So yeah. As electric violet light now travels from the waist down into the hips, the thighs, the upper leg, around the knee, into the lower leg, the calves, and the shins, around the ankle, and into the feet, sparking the divine within each and every cell within that area, reminding the cells that they are made of divine and perfect order, and that they can only work in divine and perfect order. Any negative thought forms, any negative energies, any negative entities that may have formed within that area are completely deleted, uncreated, and restored through all time, space, and dimensions, and all realities. Now that we have cleaned and cleansed and aligned all the chakras, connected to the higher soul, connected you to your divine spark, we go now to the bottom of each foot, and we see golden rods form, and they go down, down, down into the earth, 10 feet. As they hit 10 feet, they grow roots into the earth, anchoring and supporting you, balancing and grounding. You are whole. You are happy. You are healthy. You are your divine spark of God. You are one with God, and you are one with all. So be it, so be it, so be it. And so it is. Amen. 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 Deep breath. Put on your fingers and toes. Get yourself back to your body. Now we have a couple of people that are from the Cosmic Center that have been sick. Reverend Sharon Elizabeth was sick all this last week, and so we want to hold her in healing prayers. And then I don't know, some of you people know her and some of you don't. Jill is in the hospital. She got the drug or whatever's going on. So please hold Jill in prayer for healing. Now, this next Wednesday evening, I hold a service. It is a message, spirit message, and channel service. So it's not like this service that you come in and I give messages to the people. And then I do a channel or a meditation, whatever spirit says to do. I go by them. So that will be happening also this Saturday, not this Saturday, the next Saturday, the 20th and the 27th is Saturday, I believe. That is going to be the Sophia Code. We'll be working on that book. If you have any questions about that, contact Reverend Sharon Elizabeth about that. It's people that are dedicated into going, reading the Sophia Code, and then doing there's initiations with each one of the divine feminine masters that are in that. So it activates our DNA and codes into our bodies. So we can, and works with the golden dragon tribe. So if that sounds interesting, you can contact Reverend Sharon Elizabeth about that. I can't remember if there's anything else I need to do. The Lionsgate is coming up, which is 8A. Reverend Sharon Elizabeth and I tried to do an abundance workshop on the double-digit days of the month, 7, 7, 8, 8. We started last year on 8/8. It has been amazing. Some people say, "Well, I've done one of those, and I don't need to do another." It's like building on top of building on top of building with ways to tap into our abundance. And it's not we focus on physical abundance like money and different things, but there's other benefits that have come. And I can't tell you how many people who have taken the class. I've called them and said, I'm having more clients than I ever did before. I had one lady, she came to one of the classes and she got a job the next day that she'd been looking for and was not having any kind of luck doing. But, I do lots of teaching in the beginning of the class about abundance and affirmations and how it works in our bodies. Like when we say something for 3 minutes, then it becomes an alchemy within our body, and it produces a hormone, which produces an emotion, which produces an attraction, and then we start pulling things in and attracting them. So I do that part in the beginning, and then Reverend Sharon Elizabeth does a wonderful meditation where we go into the Temple of the Eye Force. And it has been so powerful throughout this year. So 8-8 is an extremely powerful lion spirit. So, and there will be energies that come in this year on 8-8 that we need to harness through meditation. So I studied in pranic healing, and every full moon, I do a meditation on the full moon. There can be found some meditations on full moon. Master Cole is on Facebook, and he'll do a full moon meditation. There, we have to find these portals, these full moons, these new moons, these things to activate the energy of those things because we're all entwined with them. So that's the things that'll be going on here. I can't remember if there's anything else I'm supposed to announce, but look on the website on the events. I thank you all for coming. I'm so blessed that you came to hold the energies here today, and just grateful to see all of your beautiful shining beings there. So namaste to all of you. Is there any questions that anybody has? Okay. So we're close today. Yeah, don't forget to donate in the basket, and people online, don't forget to donate so we can keep things going here. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you. Namaste, everyone.